Crawlers.
Hey everyone, it's Daniel here from Dungeon Crawlers, and I want to talk to you about Dungeons & Dragons' latest installments of Storm King's Thunder. Now, this is a really cool thing that Wizards of the Coast has come up with. Instead of releasing new books every so often, what they're doing is they're releasing new adventure modules that we can play and run through. We've seen several different ones: the Dragon's Horde, something in the Abyss. I apologize that I forget its name, and now this latest installment, and it's really cool because these installments are designed for various different levels. In this case, the Storm King's Thunder is designed for adventurers levels 1 through 5, and of course you can also scale those up or down if need be. But it's a really cool premise, to be certain. It's basically, your characters are embarking on an adventure that involves giants that are bent on reshaping the world into their own image and how they want it. So pretty much they're killing dwarves and elves and everything else like that. And you guys are out to save the world, so to say. And it's a really fun adventure. They put a lot of detail into these books, which is really cool. I mean, it goes through the story arc. They give you the information for the creatures, for the individuals. I mean, I'm just going to throw this up here real quick, but you can see this flowchart. I mean, this is the attention to detail that they put in here. Is you can see the flowchart of how the adventure should flow. And, I mean, you have maps in here. You've got random tables for, like, items that you could get out of a giant's bag if you defeat a giant, as well as, they just break it down really well. And I can't say enough about how well they do these books. I've written several adventure modules myself for my homebrewed game, and it's really difficult to get as detailed as you can, and without feeling like, okay, do I need to put all the time and effort into this, because who knows where my players are going to go. A lot of times we DMs spend a lot of time building and creating these adventures, and maybe the players only use 10%. Sometimes they use 20%. I mean, every character group is different. So the attention to detail they put in these books is so that they can cover all their bases. And the nice thing is if you're, maybe work is super busy and you don't have enough time to really sit down and write an adventure, I mean, you just grab one of these books. You can easily use it in your own world. You can use it in some other campaign setting. Maybe you don't want to run it in Faerun. You've been running in Eberron or maybe Dragonlance or something like that you're still kind of hanging on to. You can definitely run this. And the nice thing is, even if you're using some of the older systems, you just look up whatever the creature is and then go check your monster manual for 2nd edition or 3rd edition. And you can still run the adventure and have the same fun that you would have in the 5th edition book. So, without being too crazy, honestly, they've come up with a really good idea with doing this. I know back in the past, especially with 2nd edition, I picked up a lot of the adventure modules back then, and they were thin. They weren't super big like this book is. But at the same time, you had to buy multiples of them, and they were very vague and sometimes confusing. With these books that Wizards of the Coast is putting out, you lose all that. There definitely is no vagueness. It's not confusing. You can add in what you want. You can take out what you want. And it adds more flavor to the game. So if you haven't already checked it out, you can check it out on Amazon. I'm sure you can pick a copy up on Wizards' website. You can go to your local bookstore, a lot of them, or even game store. They already have these out there. Again, it is Storm King's Thunder, which is just a fantastic book. If you've ever wanted to pit your players against giants, dragons, and all sorts of evil nasties, then this is the adventure for you. And if, maybe you're in a gaming group and your DM's kind of been maybe lacking a little bit and you've been feeling how it's kind of become mundane, the game has, maybe to kind of suggest them and nudge them, say, hey, go check out this book. Maybe that can add some flavor and some fun back into your campaign. And you never know. It could develop into other things. So with that said, we're out of here and we're going to catch you next time. And please, please get more from your games.